back, guys. We're here now in chapter 4, and we have Scorpio over
Hey,
here.
no sweat, man. Come over here.
You okay?
I'm hiding away here. I don't care for the trash those guards are pulling off. But I've taken some pretty good stuff from the arsenal. If you need a weapon, just let me know.
Trash?
Can you teach me to fight?
I only train guards.
Will you train me?
If you have enough ore.
Okay. What do you have anyway, Skip?
Show me what...
Scorpio, sorry. So some more nice amulets. 20 dexterity, 20 strength. Some very strong crossbows as well. And even some powerful weapons. Okay, now this is an interesting turn of events. Now, what trash would this be? Now, we scribbled something in the in our journal, but I'm not sure exactly what. So it's okay. So it's merchant outside the camps. So that's the thing that Scorpio scribbled over there. Have a scavenger over here. Anybody else? Okay, so we're gonna go to Diego now. And one thing I'm curious to note, I must have made a mistake. So it seems that mobs actually don't respawn back in chapter 4. I think they might respawn in chapter 5 though. So let's go to the Magicians of Fire. One thing that Satyrus did give us was this teleportation rune. Teleportation to the Magicians of Water. So we don't really... So we're gonna set it on a 5. So if we really need to use it, we're gonna use it. Now, what's this? The palisade is closed. There are more guards in front of the old camp. And is that Milton? Let's save the game. What happened?
They are all dead. I couldn't help them. I was not there.
Calm down, Milton. What happened?
They killed the Magicians of Fire, all of them apart from me, and I was close to death as well.
You'd better tell me the whole story from the beginning. One thing after the other.
Okay, keep cool, Milton, keep cool. It all started with the old mine caving in.
The old mine caved in?
Yes, it all happened very fast. Nobody in the mine made it out. The guards blocked the entrance to the mine.
I met Gorn.
Really? Where?
By the old ruined monastery by the sea. The two of us searched it for treasures.
I'm sure he'll tell me all about it when we meet again.
Lester and I took out the mountain fort.
He told me about it. Apparently, you can be trusted.
Where have the four of you been meeting so far?
Oh, here and there. We meet in a lot of different places.
How could the mine cave in?
I have no idea. Some of the diggers who were waiting in front of the entrance said something about a massive earthquake and a huge cloud of dust coming from the tunnel.
Were you there?
Yes, that's where I learned about the cave-in.
What was that you said about the Magicians of Fire?
I only know that they were killed by the ore barons shortly after the mine caved in. When I returned from our adventure under the Ring of Stone, the guards at the gate suddenly attacked me. They shouted words like traitor and collaborator at me. I had a very narrow escape.
Why would the ore barons want to kill the magicians? It doesn't make sense.
That's right. The guards just didn't give me any opportunity to ask. They drew their swords immediately. Perhaps Diego knows more. He was in the camp when things got worse.
You should hide, far away from here.
No. Diego and I agreed to keep an eye on the two gates and to warn our unsuspecting friends from the other camps. Please talk to Diego.
Where can I find Diego?
He's hiding on the other side of the old camp, near the back gate. Please talk to him. See you later. Hello.
So that was a huge plot twist. Now, we have four guards here who are, I think, led by Bloodwind, if I am not mistaken. And at this point, let's see, do we have any magic that can assist us and what's gonna happen? Because if we do approach them, it means we're gonna have to fight. And let's just quickly save the game. Might handle this one in melee. See what happens.
It's one of those traitorous fire mages. Bah!
Hey, what are you talking about, Fletcher?
You're in with that new camp scum, aren't you?
Hold on.
I guess you must have thought we wouldn't figure it out, huh?
Ho! Hold your horses.
No, you hold on! Hold on to your head, 'cause you're going to be missing it soon! Die, traitor!
Now, one thing I wanted to mention was that I knew this was gonna happen, so one thing you can do just before you enter chapter 4, you can beat up the guards, like I did, so that when the chapter changes and you go visit them, you can beat them up fairly quickly. I don't want to kill Milton. Do want to kill you and you. So if you want to make the fight way easier, this is one way to do it. Just beat up the guards. You might take some damage, but let's face it, you're not gonna be hurting for healing potions or healing spells or healing scrolls. So you should be fine just taking them out fairly easily. And if you don't feel confident enough, you can always always just run away, wait until they de-aggro you, and then pop a rain of fire, pop a storm of fire, pop whatever scrolls you want. So we have been branded as a traitor to the old camp. This means that any guard on the map, currently on the map, it will actually attack us. So like, for example, these two guards over here that I also beat up in the previous chapter, they are gonna attack us and they will try to kill you. They won't just defeat you, they will intentionally try to kill you. So keep that in mind. Now we're gonna go Diego, and Diego seems to be on the other side of the camp at the other gate, which is also closed. And we're gonna try to find out exactly what happened from Diego's perspective. And after that, we have to report to Satchel. So the fire mages are all dead. This is not good. This is not good for the plan at all. So let's talk to Mr. Diego. Hey D, what happened?
Hey, shh, be quiet.
Hello, Diego. I've already talked to Milton on the other side of the camp.
Okay, so you already know what happened. But did you also hear about the planned raid on the free mine?
How could the old mine cave in?
One of the diggers who survived it told us that they were digging, and they hit an underground river on the bottom level. When the water gushed into the mine, one of the supports broke, and the entire upper section collapsed. Only a handful of people managed to escape from the mine.
Why are the fire mages dead?
That's a long story.
Just tell me about it. It's not the first long story I've had to listen to.
Well then, luckily I was in the ore baron's house when they got the news that the mine had collapsed. Gomez was hopping mad when he heard about the accident, and he was afraid that his position could be at stake.
Of course. Who controls the ore controls the colony as well.
That's right. Since he has no source of income anymore, the goods from the outside world won't come in anymore either. Nobody will work for him if he doesn't get another source of income soon.
And that's the reason for the raid on the free mine?
To be honest, that's Gomez's only chance to maintain his power. 2 hours ago, 24 guards set out for the free mine.
That's mad. I need to warn the new camp.
Then you must hurry up. They'll have almost reached the free mine.
But they never get through the fortifications of the new camp.
They don't need to get through them. A few months ago, they found a path that leads over the mountains and right to the free mine, and nobody else knows about it.
I've seen the guards in front of the locked gates.
Stay away from them. They'll attack anybody approaching the camp. They are afraid of somebody avenging the raid on the free mine.
But what happened to the fire mages?
Coristo and the other mages were the only people in the camp to remain rational. They forbade the raid and demanded a settlement with the two other camps.
They forbade Gomez to raid the free mine?
Well, yes. Coristo and the others shouldn't have been so self-confident. Gomez didn't trust them anymore and had them perfidiously assassinated.
What are you and Milton going to do now?
We'll stay here for a while to warn some more friends so they don't bump straight into the guards. But you could do us a favor.
Consider it done. Tell me what you want.
Look out for Lester and Gorn. They need to know what happened here. Tell them that the four of us will meet at the same place as always.
If I see them before you do, I'll warn them and send them to your meeting point.
Thanks, my friend. You really seem to be an all right guy. Go now. We'll meet again later. Yes.
Okay,
Come
so
back.
that's an
Check it.
interesting development. So, kind of makes sense that Gomez would choose to attack the free mine because he has no more ore income, and he also lost a lot of people. So he's clearly desperate, and you know what I say about desperate people. Now, on this side of the old camp, we have another group of guards. I think these are led by Bloodwind. We're gonna quickly talk to them.
Looks like we've overlooked one of the rebellious fire mages.
Hold on. What are you talking about, Bloodwind?
So you're in cahoots with the new camp, huh?
No, wait, I'm still...
Guess you must have thought you could go on like that forever.
Stop this nonsense!
Traitors like you must die. Die, traitor!
Okay, so a longbow is also good in melee due to the high fighting rate. Also, a crossbow is just as good. I like the fact that you can pretty much play the game however you want, however play style you want. So I did beat up Bloodwind before this happened. Did I hear somebody taking a shot at me? Oh yeah, there's a guard there. Not gonna bother with him. So this seems to be the main plot development. We have two quests right now. A free quest, the meeting, banishment from the old camp, and aid of the magicians of fire. Now, we need to get back to Satyrus and report exactly what happened, because this is quite a development. Magicians of Fire dead, the attack on the new camp. Everything seems to be upside down now. So let's just teleport to the Magicians of Water, shall we?
I'm glad you returned. Something terrible has happened.
Let me guess, the free mine has been assaulted by the guards from the old camp. Nobody saw them coming?
Hang on. How? But of course. You found out about it in the old camp. Gorn arrived here just before you did. What could have caused Gomez to dare to take such an aggressive step? He should be aware that such a heinous act can only provoke war.
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
Collapsed? Of course. Then the whole thing makes sense. Gomez has his back to the wall. He's more dangerous than ever. Now that he doesn't have anything left to lose, he'll do anything.
Gomez has had all of the Magicians of Fire killed.
Had them killed? Why in Beliar's name would he do a thing like that?
They were against the attack on the free mine and opposed Gomez.
Then we're all doomed. Without the other 6 magicians, we'll never be able to control the concentrated power of the massive ore mound. But in spite of that, I thank you for passing this dangerous message on to me.
I have been exiled from the old camp because I have helped you.
You don't belong to the old camp any longer? Then I welcome you to our community.
Does that mean that I now belong to the Guild of the Magicians of Water?
Not yet. First you need to take the Oath of Water.
But I've already taken the Oath of Fire.
It doesn't mean you're breaking your vow.
I don't understand.
You're extending your vow. That way you'll become a magician of both elements. Then you'll have the force of fire, as well as the wisdom of water.
I'm ready to take the oath.
Servant of the fire, you shall now receive the blessing of the water. Now speak the words of the oath. I swear by the might of the gods.
I swear by the might of the gods.
And by the power of the holy water.
And by the power of the holy water.
That my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water.
That my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water.
Until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
Until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
With this oath, you unite the power of the fire and the blessing of the water within you. You have now bound together what was apart before. May your life be a sign of the unification of the elements. Wear this robe as a sign of your bond with the holy water and with Adanos.
And we are now a magician of water. And it's nice to contrast the oath of fire versus the oath of water. If you remember, the oath of fire sounded like until the fire of my life shall be extinguished. And the oath of water ends with until the source of my life is dried out. So it's a really nice storytelling contrast. So a water robe actually has more damage reduction than a high robe of fire. So that's pretty nice. Now let's talk to Satyrus again, because he mentioned something else. He mentioned another person.
For the honor of magic.
When you sent me to the Magicians of Fire, you mentioned there was somebody.
Well, I had hoped we could make it without his help, but the way things are developing...
Who is he?
All right. Many, many years ago.
Give me the shortened version, please.
Be patient. Well, when we, the 12 magicians, created the barrier back then, our magic powers were directed and controlled by a 13th magician.
A 13th magician? I thought there were only 12.
Most people who did not experience the early days of the colony believe that. This 13th magician was our leader. All this took place before we were divided into the circles of fire and water. But he left the old camp, which was once the only camp of the colony.
What is this 13th magician called?
His name is Zardus. Hardly anybody remembers the old stories about him. The ones who do just call him the necromancer.
Why did he leave the old camp?
He started to investigate the invocation of undead and magical creatures. Gomez was not the only one who began to worry. Most of the other magicians opposed him as well, and his unholy deeds.
What happened then?
Unlike Gomez, he was no butcher, so he avoided the conflict and left.
Where is this magician today?
He lives in seclusion, in his tower in the middle of the Orc land. That's just about the southernmost point of the colony.
I'll make my way to Zardus and ask him for help.
He's the only one that can help us now. If he knows no way out or doesn't want to help us,
he will.
There is one other problem.
A problem?
Yes. Over the years, we've tried to get in touch with Zardus several times, but it looks like he prefers to remain undisturbed.
What does that mean?
None of the messengers ever returned from his tower. You'll have to find a way to get past his creatures.
Looks like this is going to be interesting. How will I get past his creatures?
If I knew that, I would tell you. I'd advise you to do some research in our library. Maybe you'll find something in the old books about the strengths and weaknesses of magically invoked creatures.
I'll rummage through the library, and don't worry, I'll be back.
May you return in one piece.
Alrighty, guys. Now we have 3 points where we need to go to. So we also need to talk to Gordon.
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp.
That's good news.
They want to meet you and Lester at your usual rendezvous.
Thanks. There's nothing more valuable than good friends in troubled times like these. You're almost one of us by now. You're reliable.
What have you got planned now?
Our entire defense strategy will have to be changed. That takes time. Until Lee and his people are ready, I'll join Cord's provisional guard.
Are you planning a counterattack?
Not yet, but the day will come. If ever you're looking for me, start here and walk towards the mine. I'll be on guard there. Hello!
How's it going?
Everything's quiet. Nothing's moving in the free mine. Lee is still busy organizing our defense. See you later.
Okay. So Satyrus told us there will be some new information in the library now. In the library we have a lot of books. Arcanum Golem Volume 1 and Arcanum Golem Volume 2. Now these are the important books we want to read because they basically tell us how to kill golems, which we already have. So you can pause the video right here, tells you about the magic of golems, and pretty much tells you how to kill a stone golem. And this teaches us how to kill an ice golem and a fire golem. Now, ice golems should be pretty easy, and fire golems as well. And we have a bunch of other books, and we are going to read these books in the next video. I'm just gonna do a book reading session, basically. And since we are here and now a part of this community, we can actually lockpick these chests without repercussion. We can actually lockpick the entire new camp right now, so we can loot them all. Loot all the chests, take all of their stuff. Okay, so some magical potions, makes sense. These are magicians of water. Do you have anything to say to me, brother? Mixer?
For the honor of magic!
Nope. What about you, nefarious man?
For the honor of magic!
Okay. What else do we have here? Another chest. And my neighbors have started drilling again, because why not, right? Why not start drilling again? So, really sorry if that is going to be recorded on the background.
I'm glad you've joined us.
I'm injured. Can you heal me?
Through my words I call upon the powers of healing. Your body and spirit shall be well.
Show me your goods.
Okie dokie. So yeah, reordering can also...
If you're injured, I will heal you.
Yeah, it's a bit too late for that info, but thanks, buddy. So yeah, he can heal you. If by any unholy miracle you somehow run out of food and healing potions and healing scrolls. Okay, so just some standard stuff. Now, at one point off screen, I will loot the entirety of the new camp stuff. Anything else here? One more chest here.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Okie dokie.
That's how it goes.
And our main quest right now is to go to Zarda's Necromancer, but we also need to warn Lester about the meeting. So we're gonna
For
do
the honor.
a quick transition to Lester. Did we also loot this chest? We have not. Okay, so goody 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 goody. Now let's do a quick transition to Lester, who is going to be in his mountain fort right now. Does Lee have anything to say about the attack on the free mine?
Hello.
What do you think about the mine?
They've gone too far. They'll be sorry for it.
What about you, Mr. Auric?
Hello.
How's it going?
As always.
Okay, so quick transition to Lester. And we made it to the mountain fort. Now we're just gonna quick save just in case, and we're gonna talk to Lester and tell him about the meeting.
How can I reach the focus?
Master E. Berrien used to say, a student tries to move things with his hands and feet. The master moves them with his spiritual powers.
How are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing here?
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
So?
All the magicians of fire are dead. Gomez had them assassinated.
It won't be easy to straighten that out.
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp. They want a meeting at the usual place.
It was about time.
What happens now?
I'm gonna stay here a bit longer to study the old books.
I don't understand.
Master E. Berrien used to say,
Okay, I get the point.
Take care.
Thank you. I'll be on my way now.
May the sleeper protect you. May the...
Now, if you think that dialogue exchange was a bit awkward, you'd be right. And it's awkward for a very good reason. It wasn't initially planned that way, and the voice lines never actually got recorded. So those are basically reused dialogue lines from Lester and a couple of other NPCs. And they are reused lines for the nameless hero as well. And that's why the whole conversation sounds a bit janky in the first place. It's a bit stiff and stilted. So right now we are gonna go to Zardes the Necromancer, because that's the only quest we have right now, and that's our only pointer. Now we have cleared the way beforehand, and we are gonna probably end the video exactly as we reach the path to Zardes. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, do we have enough hit points to survive a jump from up here to down there? Highly doubt it, but let's just take a crack at it. Maybe. Yes, we did. Had enough healing points. Now, let's just pop a quick mana potion and a few healing potions as well. Because at this point, we are so stocked up with healing potions, we can take on a whole army and we can just easily heal up afterwards. And if you're wondering why I have so many healing potions, it's quite simple. I went to the swamp camp off screen and I've fought with Baal Kadar. And Baal Kadar has a lot of healing potions and mana potions stocked up between chapters. And besides Baal Kadar, I also fought with Torres from the old camp before he was assassinated, and basically I got all of his stuff. Now this is normally where you'd fight the golems. The golems didn't respawn, by the way, so those golems stay dead. And we have just reached Tower of Zardes exactly as sundown is upon us. So we're gonna end the video exactly here, because we are gonna get to Zardes and the plot will thicken even further after this point. So I want to wish you guys a wonderful day, and if it's gonna be one of those bad days for you, I want to wish you the strength and wisdom to overcome it. If you like the video, you can like and subscribe and all that jazz. You can also buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description, so we can share more stories together. But even if you don't, I'm still gonna put out this content for you guys because I love good games and stories, and I want to share them with you guys. So until next time, remember, the most important story in the world is your own. Cheers, guys.